Hi everybody, Michelle McClunan, astrologer and life navigator, and I'm bringing you an astrology update for the next new moon, which is happening on the 27th of April in the fertile earth sign of Taurus. Now, as we move into the energy of this new moon, remember it's a waning moon, which means that it's a letting go cycle, and then a new moon is where we have let go of what we need from the last lunar cycle and we plant new seeds for the next cycle. So new moon is always a good time to plant, literally plant seeds, and to plant seeds of intention for our lives as well. This one is particularly fertile, being in the sign of Taurus, which is a fixed earth sign associated with planting and building and preparing and grounding. So it's a very fertile place to start and plant new intentions. However, there's some energy around at the moment which is of need of some explanation. So what we have at the moment in the sky is what we call a Tsquare happening, which is basically an alignment of different energies, and included in that alignment is the Sun in a square to Mars and in a square to Pluto. Now, joining the Sun at new moon will be the Moon, which would also be squaring Mars and squaring Pluto. So it's what we call a Tsquare, which is kind of like a bit of a pressure cooker energy. And this is the last, it highlights the last time, for a long time, that Mars will actually be in an opposition to Pluto. This is the third time. The first was in November 2024, and it is the energy of change. It's definitely the energy of transition and transformation, but it also can be the energy of power struggles, of pressure, it's a catalyst for change. It's basically, Mars is the energy of moving forward. It's that energy that takes us out to help us to get to our goals. And Pluto is the energy of transformation. And so the two of them, when they're in a combination like this, it can feel sort of like there's opposing energies. That can be volatility. You can feel a sense of kind of not too steady, something that doesn't feel too steady, particularly as we move into this alignment at the new moon, because the new moon is in the sign of Taurus. Pluto kind of goes into whatever it touches and drills down and brings up whatever needs to be brought up to the surface. And then we put Mars in the equation as well, and there can be some heat, there's some volatility. Mars is in the sign of Leo, which is fire. So there can be some fiery energy here, and it can be a little bit uncomfortable, but it is the catalyst, it is a catalyst for change, and it almost feels like there's a sort of an urgency, an evolutionary necessity here with this particular form. It's sort of saying, okay, this is a chance to really look deep. Pluto always will say, look deep to see what patterns you're still holding on to. I know we say this often, but this is what's happening, this new moon. It's really, Pluto represents deep change. This can play out in the collective with regard to the people versus the governments. The government's saying this, the people saying no, we want this. It's that kind of energy. It's an opposing energy. It can also bring relationships into the equation. Now we come to Taurus. Taurus is ruled by Venus. So then we have to look and see what Venus is doing. Now, Venus is the planet which relates to relationship, our partnerships, our connection with the heart, with love, with money. And so when this is kind of in that energy, there can be changes in those things. So there can be changes in the relationship sector of our lives. There can be changes in the financial sector of our lives. If you look at where Venus is this new moon, Venus is in the sign of Pisces, and it's very, very closely connected to both Saturn on the one side and Neptune on the other side. So it feels to me that this energy is kind of saying, on the one hand, it's about surrendering and slowing down and accepting and grounding. And on the other hand, it's about taking action, but it's more about taking conscious, stable, steady action. So I just see this new moon as calling us to go slower, to connect with our bodies, to connect with our sensations. That's all very Taurian. To connect with beauty, to connect with what we're actually feeling somatically in our bodies at any one time. And not to try and chase it away, but to just notice what's actually running through our bodies. So you might be sitting in a situation where you're talking to someone and suddenly you have a sensation in your body. It's just to, in that moment, take a few breaths, take a deep breath, lean back a little bit and open more to that sensation. Connect with nature, especially this new moon. Taurus is also about art. It's about creating something beautiful. It's about sensuality. It's about cooking, smelling, tasting. So we can really celebrate the human side of ourselves this new moon. Celebrate the tastes, celebrate the touch, celebrate the sensuality of your environment. Snuggle up if it's cool, cold weather. Light a fire, cook a beautiful meal. Put your attention on some kind of creative project that you can get together with others, or you can just do it on your own. This is a really good new moon to create something new, to really plant seeds as you go forward into the new cycle and into this new evolutionary cycle that we're in, because all of these things that we talk about at new moon, at full moon, they're transitory, but they're all part of much bigger cycles. And I've been saying a lot in my videos that we're at the end of major cycles. And we keep saying this, us astrologers, because we have all the outer planets changing signs this year. That hasn't happened for a very long time. When a major planet changes signs, it's a major collective shift in energy. So whatever isn't serving us right now is coming up so that we can see it. So if a fear comes up, an old way of dealing with whatever it is, relationship, money, safety, security, any of those themes might come up this new moon. So it's to be patient with ourselves at this time. That's a very Taurian word. Move slower. Move more deliberately. If you need to make a decision, check in with yourself first. See if it resonates. See how your body feels when you actually make that decision. It can be very reactionary, this energy that's about now. This Mars-Pluto energy can be very reactionary. So there can be a tendency to make a knee-jerk reaction. So I think the best advice that I can give is to just come back home, come back in, breathe, go outside for a little bit, connect with the ground, put your feet on the ground, walk, go for a walk, come back and then address whatever it is. Otherwise it can be a very fast, very quick, very fiery energy. And it can also be a very resistant energy, because if you look at the planets involved and the signs that they're in, Taurus is a fixed sign, Mars is a fixed fire sign. So there's fixed energy here, which on the sort of the lower level, the lower vibration, can be very resistant, very stubborn. This is the way it's got to be and I'm not moving. On the other side of it, on the more positive side of fixed energy, it can be very enduring. It can be very sustaining. So it's kind of saying sustained energy, a resilient energy. And I just like to think that this energy is really about sort of planting your roots, really deepening your roots. Imagine that you're a big, old, beautiful tree and your roots go deep into the earth and you know that you're supported by the earth. And so you can withstand any storms that are coming your way if you're standing firm in your own presence, in your own rootedness, if your own groundedness. Not that you're so rooted that you can't move. You can still sway. If you happen to lose a branch, it's okay. You'll grow another one. you're able to withstand the winds of change, but still stand firm. So if we are, especially at this time, another analogy can be a circle. And if you're on the edge of the circle, you can actually feel quite spun out by this energy, because there's a lot of change happening on our planet. Even if it's not happening in your own personal life, there's a lot of change, and most of us are feeling it. So if you're on the outside of the wheel, it can feel like you're spinning out. So where do you go? You go inside to the center of the wheel. Just lean back, breathe, and bring yourself back into the center. Connect with beauty, connect with your breath, connect with the body feelings, connect with the smells, the sounds, connect with the senses, I would say, this new moon. If you feel yourself spinning out, just stop, pause, and connect with what you can smell, what you can hear, what you can taste, what you can feel, what you can see. That is a really beautiful exercise. It's actually known as the supreme exercise of the wise, if I'm not mistaken, because it brings you into the present. Connect with your body. Ask your body what it needs at this time. Taurus is very connected with the body, with physicality. So ask your body, say, what do you need right now? You need water. Let's go and get some water. You need air. Let's go outside and get some air. You need fire. You're feeling a little bit dank, a little bit heavy. Go outside, stand under the sun. So listen to your body. Listen to what it needs. Ground yourself and connect back in with this true part of yourself that is always present, always peaceful, always here. It isn't going anywhere. Connect in with the heart. That's what we're moving into, from the head to the heart. So that's what I have to say for this new moon in Taurus. And just remember, the energy is coming to that. It's not just on the day of the new moon. It actually forms around the new moon, and then it comes to the new moon. So do a little ceremony on the new moon, write down your intentions, plant them in the ground, send them down a river, be creative, and set the intention for abundance, for growth, for this beautiful cycle that you're about to engage in. And just stay in the moment as much as you can. So it really is about slowing down, retreating, regrouping, rebooting, really. For those of you who don't know, my partner John Homewood and I will be running a retreat in the beautiful Hogsback, which is in the Eastern Cape. It is the most magnificent venue, and it really is one of those places which reconnects you, reboots you, and does everything that I've just been telling you. We've just run a retreat in KwaZulu-Natal at the BRC, and it's just amazing to see what a couple of days of quietness and sort of quietening down the noise and reconnecting can do for any of us. So that's from the 9th to the 13th of May, and it's easy to get there. If you live in South Africa, all you have to do is get to East London, and then it's a very easy shuttle ride to the mountains of Hogsback. It's a phenomenally beautiful place. So if you are interested, please just send us an email. All the details are on our website, and the details of that are below. So give that a look. Have a look at the website and see if it appeals to you. Still space. If you would like a reading, you can get hold of me via my website. The details of that are below as well. And if you like this video and you're finding it helpful, please would you like it? Click the little like button, click the little notification button, and share it, because that gets it out, as well as comment. If you comment, that also gets it out to more people. I did draw a card. And the card that I drew it out of this Sacred Horse pack. I love this pack so much. It was gifted to us. The card that I drew is White Horse. Return to your true nature. Heart coherence, purification, and light. I'm not going to go into the whole card because it's quite a long card to read, but I'm going to start here Horses who roam fields in herds and live their natural way exist in the space of light. They're in harmony with each moment exactly as they were intended. The magnetic field of their hearts is five times greater than humans. The state of their heart, mind, and emotions are aligned and in sync, creating heart coherence. They are in harmony with self and the environment and are being who they are truly meant to be. When sharing time and space, a horse's heart field can influence a human's heart, bringing a human heart into this same coherence. And this heart coherence is a big thing right now, because this is what I've been saying. It's coming back into our heart, into coherence with Mother Nature. White Horse urges you to purify your mind, emotions, and the physical world that takes you away from your natural way of being. This will allow more light to project from your core, heart, and entire being so you can inspire others to honor the path of the soul. It is time for you to create more heart coherence. To guide you towards this greater purpose, White Horse asks you this challenging question. If you only had 1 year left on Earth, what would you choose to do, be, and have? It's quite a profound question to ask at this new moon. Look boldly at what you're doing and what you have wanted to do most of your life. Are you shaping your life so you can express your true values and cast the golden light of purity on all you meet? If you feel you're holding back your light, begin your purification process by releasing that which does not serve you. Clear clutter, align with your desires, live truthfully, and allow the light of your soul to shine through with joy. And then there's some questions which might be useful. What people, objects, activities, or responsibilities can you release to make space for your more authentic self? What fears, if any, do you have that limit your ability to allow your true essence to shine? How can you create more harmony between your heart, mind, and emotions? What would you spend your time doing? When and how do you connect with the energy of your higher self and soul's expression? How can you bring more of that expression forward? So I think that's a really beautiful description and assisting script for us to actually embrace the energy of this next few days leading up to the new moon. Thank you so much. I hope this has helped you, and take care of yourselves. Remember to pause, remember to breathe, remember to bring yourself back via the senses this new moon. Take care. Lots of love. Thank you.